Good morning and welcome to Beginning the Day with God on Tuesday the 10th of June. We opened our worship this morning with the hymn, O Perfect Love, All Human Thoughts Transcending. Awake, O sleeper, and arise from the dead.
And Christ shall give you light.
You have died, and your life is hid with Christ in God.
Awake, O sleeper, and arise from the dead.
Set your minds on things that are above, not on things that are on the earth.
And Christ shall give you light.
When Christ our life appears, you will appear with him in glory.
Awake, O sleeper, and arise from the dead, and Christ shall give you light.
We continue our journey through the book of Job. Today, chapter 2. One day the heavenly beings came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came among them to present himself before the Lord. The Lord said to Satan, "Where have you come from?" Satan answered the Lord, "From going to and fro on the earth, and from walking up and down on it." The Lord said to Satan, "Have you considered my servant Job? There is no one like him on the earth, a blameless and upright man who fears God and turns away from evil. He still persists in his integrity, although you incited me against him to destroy him for no reason." Then Satan answered the Lord, "Skin for skin. All that people have they will give to save their lives, but stretch out your hand now and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse you to your face." The Lord said to Satan, "Very well, he is in your power, only spare his life." So Satan went out from the presence of the Lord and inflicted loathsome sores on Job from the sole of his foot to the crown of his head. Job took a potsherd with which to scrape himself and sat among the ashes. Then his wife said to him, "Do you still persist in your integrity? Curse God and die." But he said to her, "You speak as any foolish woman would speak. Shall we receive the good at the hand of God and not receive the bad?" In all this, Job did not sin with his lips. Now when Job's 3 friends heard of all these troubles that had come upon him, each of them set out from his home. Eliphaz the Temanite, Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar the Naamathite. They met together to go and console and comfort him. When they saw him from a distance, they did not recognize him, and they raised their voices and wept aloud. They tore their robes and threw dust in the air upon their heads. They sat with him on the ground for 7 days and 7 nights, and no one spoke a word to him, for they saw that his suffering was very great. Thanks be to God. Now, this morning's reflection.
Questions of motivation are important in the book of Job. Job questions God's motivations throughout. But rabbinic readers also highlighted the question of Job's motivation. Why does he live a life of such righteousness? Does Job fear God for nothing? Asks Satan. Now Satan pushes home the point as he receives permission to afflict Job in his very being, saving only his life. Does Job live a good and pious life out of love for God or fear? Born of his observations of human nature, Satan predicts that the basis for Job's uprightness will be revealed as self-preserving fear rather than other-serving love. As to whether Job passes or fails this test, the rabbinic readers were divided. He was compared to Abraham, the supreme exemplar of service of God springing from love rather than fear. For many, the comparison was to Abraham's advantage, with at best grudging acknowledgement that Job's motivations were not entirely selfish. In any time of great testing, questions of motivation can suddenly become evident in a painful experience of self-revelation. Whatever the verdict on ourselves, as Christians we look to one who was the perfect man, in whom perfect love cast out fear. Amen.
We now join together in the Lord's Prayer, saying,
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
O God, this day and always, enlighten our minds with truth, inflame our hearts with love, inspire our wills with courage, enrich our lives with service. Pardon what we have been, sanctify what we are, and order what we shall be.
Amen.
God bless the sky that is above us, the earth that is beneath us, your image deep within us, the day that lies before us.
Amen.